You are about to enter the Red and Rev Sports Show experience. Get ready for some real sports talk from some real sports fans who were real sports athletes who have sports knowledge.
What up, everybody? Welcome to episode 372. That's right, we back at it again. Rev back in the house again, Coach is back, and of course, Red is here. Ready to discuss the things going on in the sports world this week. Well, what we got going on this week, y'all? College basketball is finally over. Oh, thank you. We're gonna talk about that. Denver decides to clean house. Lord, what is going on in the NBA with all these firings? Luka returns to Dallas, and the Lakers return to prominence again. Vlad Jr. gets his bag. Olivia Miles makes a decision. Probably discussing the top 3 coaches and maybe things we're going to change in sports. and much more. Like I say, this is a clinching week. NBA playoffs about to start. The baseball season cranking up, and the NBA draft is on its way, baby. Episode 372. Let's start talking today.
What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Red and Coach are coming to you live from the ATL Show. As Rev is coming to you from the East Coast, Pennsylvania. We come to give you real sports talk because we are real sports fans. We're real sports athletes who have what, gentlemen? Real sports knowledge. So hang out with your boys, Red, Rev, and Coach for episode 372 of the Red and Rev. And as is our sports custom, we turn our sports attention to our numerologist, Coach Patrick Thomas, to give us something or someone dealing with those three digits, 3, 7, and 2. What you got for us, Coach?
Let me do my John Morant pose for a minute. Okay, I'm good. All right, 3, 7, and 2. This is too easy. This man is a legend back when he played at Tennessee State, and he was playing basketball, and his career was altered. He decided he didn't want basketball anymore. He decided to go to football, and of course, as they said, the rest is history. The odd enough thing about his number 3 is he actually had 3 interceptions, which was big for a defensive tackle. But hey, he's an all-pro, all-everything Hall of Famer. Number 72 on your TV screen is mine. Ed Too Tall Jones, number 72, 3 interceptions, 3-time All-Pro Bowler, and number 72, Ed Too Tall Jones, Tennessee State.
Ed Too Tall Jones, one of the best to ever do it. Thank you so much, Coach. Greatly appreciated. Red gave you a couple of shakes of the head, so he was pleased with your decision. So you pleased Red today. He's either in a good mood or you must have knocked it out the box.
Okay, I'm getting my grenade too.
A good mood.
All right, let's welcome Reverend Night Nation. I see one person, one of our officers, the VP, is in the building, ready to slam down the gavel to get another fire session of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Started Reverend Night Nation. Let's go. Well, wake them up, Mr. VP. Wake them up, and I'm sure they'll be ready to go. So much for tuning in. For those who would mind doing so, please like and share. As Winston from the Eye Test will say, smash that like button and share with somebody on today. Jameson, a.k.a. Joe Black, is tuning in. Good. We appreciate you. The VP said Red Rose was nodding because his dealer said that he's stuck on 285.
There you go. He started.
You're right about that. If he's stuck on 285.
Lord have mercy. All right. And Brother Dana Johnson Sr. is tuning in from Coatesville, Pennsylvania. Thanks so much, Brother Dana, for tuning in to the Red and Rev Sports Show. Please like and share this broadcast again. Please like and share. Who knows? Your share might bring somebody else to the Revenite Nation and like and become a fan of the Red and Rev Sports Show. All right, gentlemen, y'all know how we do this thing. We're going to start with our dope note and coat moments for this sports week. And then we invite the Revenite Nation to share their dope moments, their best moment of the week, their note moment that causes them to shake their head, their coat moment, what they're trying to reconcile, what they're trying to deal with, and they try to make sense of what took place in the sports world on this week. With those things being said, Coach, we'll start with you, sir. What are you doping on?
I'm doping on one. The guy that my mama, instead of calling him Jokic, she called him yogurt. Nikola Jokic, who has become one of the first people, one of the newest people inducted into the triple-double for the year category. He finished with a triple-double, so now he's averaging a triple-double for the year. So big ups to the big Ivan Drago, Nikola Jokic, for averaging a triple-double for the year. We'll see if it has any effect coming into the regular season, to the playoffs.
All right.
Yeah, baby.
I'm sorry. All right, Red. What are you doping on, sir?
I'm doping on one Chipper Jones. Chipper Jones gave a heartfelt and a demanding message to Hall of Fame voters this week, pretty much asking and demanding why Andrew Jones is not in the Hall of Fame, and saying if he was a Yankee or Red Sox or playing for one of these other franchises that he probably would be inducted right now. Uh, True, maybe, but don't forget, Chipper, we're a great franchise too. But still, it's a mystery why Andrew hasn't been inducted into the Hall of Fame yet. So dope for Chipper Jones sending a fellow Hall of Famer himself sending a message to Hall of Fame voters, asking and demanding to know why Andrew Jones hasn't been voted in the Hall of Fame yet. I hope it works, Chip. I hope this gets the attention of the Hall of Fame voters who have yet to vote for him, and I hope we see something different on this year's ballot. So good luck to you, Andrew, and thanks, Chipper Jones, for sending a message to the Hall of Fame voters, because something is going on. This guy should have been inducted 2 years ago. We're going on. Other folks coming up now, man. We cried. The class getting crowded. Now we need to go on and get the man in.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
Nobody else did it, so I'm going to have to do it. My dope moment has to go to Luka Doncic, going back to Dallas, dropping 45, grabbing 8 boards, dishing out 6 assists as he went back in an emotional climate, saw all of his old peeps in Dallas fighting back tears when they gave him the tribute video, but still he was able to wipe his eyes, let those tears drop, and still put a 45 piece on his former team, which caused the fans to shout, "Fire Nico," and to have Mark Cuban shake his head. So Luka Doncic, you get my dope moment for this week, showing people that maybe, just maybe, Dallas killed their future, and the Lakers' future just got brighter.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Red, what are you noping on, sir?
Yo, what a way to segue to my note. I am noping on one Anthony Davis. For all that trash he was talking and all that rushing back he was doing to get back on the floor to play us. Wow, AD, you let our little guys hold you to 13 points. Yeah, you had a double-double, but still, Luka went out there and dropped 45. If you were so motivated and determined to show the Lakers what we were missing, well, thanks for showing us 13 points in a big game and let little guys smaller than you keep you in check for the big part of it, and definitely in the clutch. So thanks, AD, for showing us what we're missing. Nope, we really don't miss it. And yes, and to Rev's dope, because yes, I'm glad what we got now as opposed to what we had. Yeah, because AD can go out and stat feed like he did last night for some trash team. But what about when we needed it, AD? When the Lakers were the team you supposed to be motivated. The Lakers were the team you supposed to fill up the stat sheet and almost have a quadruple double. Not last night. I don't know what screw-up team you were playing last night. But anyway, nope to AD for not showing up in a big game. And like I say, nope to AD for thinking you were going to prove us wrong or what we were missing, because nope, we don't miss it, because we got somebody, like Rev said earlier, he is a better fit for LeBron, a better number 2, a better co-star for LeBron, because look what he dropped again last night. So I'm saying, so this is the guy we needed, Rev. You're right. AD, it worked for that bubble, but since the bubble, it wasn't really bringing us no championship glory. So, like I say, I'm glad where we at now. Hopefully I can talk more on it later.
You have got to be kidding.
All right. I am noping on the Atlanta Braves.
Oh,
in particular, Alex Anthopoulos.
Finally.
Anytime you start the season with Bryce Elder being an option to start as a starting pitcher this early in the season, that clearly lets me know you failed to plan and you plan to fail. How many times you going to have Bryce Elder go out there and basically give up a game? Newsflash, AA, you lost one of your best pitchers, Max Fried. You lost your fourth or fifth starter, Charlie Moore. You let those guys walk. You didn't choose to replace them. But what you said was, we'll give Bryce Elder a chance to be the fifth starter. You don't have that much room for error, AA. You have failed this franchise so far this season. And this team is not in a position where they can give a game away. And therefore, they lose to the Tampa Bay Rays last night because you got a softball pitcher on the mound. And basically, we might as well, whenever we see Bryce Elder as starting pitcher, chalk another L in the loss column for the Atlanta Braves. Get your GM life together, AA. The Braves deserve better, and so do the fans.
Oh, softball pitcher.
Oh, real. We needed that rant, real.
Softball pitcher.
That may be worse than that, I'll say.
He's terrible.
Hopefully, I have him on the Braves report.
Go ahead, Coach. What you got, man?
Oh, boy. My no moment goes to anybody with the first name of Nico. It's a rough time for Nico's right about this time. Nico Robinson, Dallas GM. Nico Ayamaluba for Tennessee, the quarterback who Tennessee told to kick rocks. You want to go? Go. And even Nino Brown. I'm not Nino Brown. I'm messing Nino Brown. The Nicos of the world. Even Nico on 74th Street was told his pizza was not that good and they were going to close. All you Nicos, it's looking bad for y'all. But that I don't know if there's any hope on the horizon, especially in Dallas, that Nico. And then the Nico with Tennessee that want more money, we'll see. Should have stayed with Tennessee. But anyway, all the Nicos struggling.
Wow.
Coach, you forgot Nico from Out for Justice, man. That's Nico.
Right. That's the one I was thinking of.
I figured you would try to get what I'm saying. Out for Justice, Coach.
All right. I'll start with the cope. I'm coping with the fact that we're now in the era where guys are holding out for Neil deals.
Oh.
Just like Coach alluded to. With Brother Nico from Tennessee, and as I just looked at it, there's breaking news that Tennessee is moving on from Nico.
Bye-bye.
Just an hour ago, it was reported that Tennessee is moving off of their starting quarterback, Nico Amaliva.
Yeah, they're going
to
leave
him. Part of his name is appropriate. Tennessee said, we're going to leave you, Amaliva. So this is where we are in college sports, and it's unfortunate. I'm all about the guys getting paid. But if you negotiate a deal, you sign off that deal, keep the deal. This is not the NFL. The NCAA can't cut you from getting your money. You sign that deal, it's guaranteed. In the NFL, they can cut you. The only money that counts is your signing bonus. So in college, you sign a Neal deal, forget that Carson Beck negotiated for $4 million. You take your $2 million and be happy with it. So Tennessee, big up, setting the standard. Once you sign your deal, you stay stuck to that deal, and you should have thought about that before you signed the deal. But this is where we are in college sports, and we're going to have to cope with the fact that now money is going to matter when it comes to the college game, and we're going to see more people try to pull what Amaliva did in Tennessee, which is very, very unfortunate.
Yeah, they're gonna leave you, dog.
Coach, what are you coping with?
I'm coping with the NBA, in particular, the NBA East, or what they call now the NBA Least. There is no preferable excitement about the NBA East. Everybody talking about the West. The West got more compelling storylines, compelling games, compelling action, and in the East they talking about Boston gonna win it, and that's it. Anybody even giving Cleveland no props? Nobody else getting any props hardly, but Boston. They said Boston gonna win it. In the West, you got Lakers, Nuggets, Clippers, all of them. Everybody got a chance to beat OKC. But nobody cares about the NBA East. You don't hear nothing about that. Every time sports center open up, it's the NBA West. So NBA East, maybe you can get an upset or two. I don't know, to get people to like you again. But right now, it's like, y'all whoever win over there, yeah, okay, whatever.
Red, close out this segment. What are you coping with?
Well, what am I coping with? Well, what happened this week to drive me completely mad? Y'all remember, it happened early in the week. No, not Luka returning to Dallas. It was another return. It was Luka returning to OKC. That's what I'm coping with this week. And I mean, we had these little boys. We had them. We was mind beating them like a bunch of little boys in preschool. Right when we were finna put our finishing touches on them. Right when we was finna show the NBA world. We are the team to beat. Not these little boys out here in Tornado Town. No, not them. Us. And what happened? Little Tony Brothers wanna show his you know what again, taking up for some other ref, JC Randall or whatever his name is, again. Luka, once again, talking trash to fans, which you probably need to not do so much. But hey, it's Luka, man. I accept all his game. But here he come, Tony Brothers. Tech, kick out a star player. You kick a star player out the game? Are you freaking kidding me? In a game like that? I mean, we might. Oh, man, I know we would have won that game. We would have got two of them back to back from OKC. Yeah, Shea went off after Luka got out, put out the game. But that was it. You screw us like that. I'm trying to be clean. You screw us like that, and what you expect? Man, please, you killed our momentum, and then here come the NBA. This is my real quote. Here come the NBA a day later, talking about we rescind the technical foul. Well, thank you. What good does that do a day later? Why couldn't you do that in the game? How about we stop the game? Because this is a star player. This is an important decision. Stop the game and let's discuss this. Do we really want to kick Luka out? How about we rescind the technical foul in the game? Because you kick him out, it's gonna be a lot of talking about it, and it's gonna be something to pay the next day. And here we go. The next day they rescind the foul, but a lot of good that do us, because you should make these decisions during the game, not after the game. Rescinding penalties in football games, rescinding fouls in basketball games. What good does that do the next day? Make the decision to do it during the game. You stop the game and say, let's talk about it. This is a big call now. Do we really want to kick this star out? Do we really want to call this penalty during this big football game? Talk about it. Get it right during the game. After the game, who gives up? Okay? Who cares? So that's what I'm coping with this week. The NBA screwing my Lakers, well, not the NBA refs screwing my Lakers, and the NBA just doing it again the next day. I'm getting sick of this, man. Make the right calls during the games. The next day, just forget it. Don't even tell us you rescinded it. Don't tell us you rescinded anything. Just leave it as is, because after that, we really don't care. Done.
All right. The Rev has spoken. Let the Red
Get
and Red
sick of
Sports
this,
Show.
man. Y'all know y'all tired of it too.
All right, let's see what Revenite Nation.
Wait till the Chiefs have a bad call, Rev. I bet you'll be
Uh-oh.
tired of hearing trying to say, "Oh, we gonna rescind the penalty for Mahomes." Well,
got-
the game over with.
I got you. Jameson says, dope, Mike Malone getting fired, making the Lakers path a little easier. Winston Thornton says, what's going on, fellas? Chat, smash that like button, y'all, to share. Appreciate you. I made reference to you at the beginning of the show.
Happy birthday, Winston.
Happy birthday, sir. The VP said, dope, even though I'm a game chicken fan, true. I'm giving up major ups to Paige Beckers, a.k.a. Paige Buckers, for finally getting a chip against my Gamecocks. Well earned. I don't know if you meant to say that, but
we got to bleep the vice president.
yeah, VP, if you can edit it, go ahead and edit. I can't put it back on the screen. But well earned. Shout out to my Gamecocks for getting the championship game, minus the key big Ashley Watkins. All right. Good morning to the president. He's checking it a little late. Naked Porcupine Wrestling, Truth and Consequences, New Mexico. It was a bit prickly. Thank you for tuning in. Be safe out there in New Mexico, Mr. President.
Naked Porcupine.
He said, nope to the baseball player that pulled a hammy before reaching home plate after coming off entry of said hammy. Wow.
Yeah, that was
Jameson said, UTQB. Nico, I'm going to leave getting kicked out of Tennessee being greedy. I'm not a U2 fan, but these young men need people to help make sound decisions. Well said. Jameson, a.k.a. Joe Black, says he's coping with Joe Flacco signing with the Browns probably takes away our last hope to trade Kirk. Not so fast. He might be on the way during the draft. Some people have reported that Kirk is going to wait till after the first round is finished because he wants to make sure wherever he's traded to, no first rounder will be drafted and able to take his spot. So I guess he's having Michael Penix nightmares. Malaysia Fawali entering the portal. That's what the VP's coping with, seeking to find greener pastures. Welcome to the Neil. The president says, nope, John Two Guns, moron. Morant still at it again.
Oh, Lord.
The president said, Cope, apparently the new LBJ comes with its own Kung Fu flop. And the VP said, oh, dang, sorry about that, Rev. I can edit it. I'm on my phone, my bad, with the typo, Lord. No doubt, no problem. We know you didn't mean to do it. We just had to take it down. Nevertheless, thanks, Revenite Nation. Thank you, Revenite Nation, for your dope note and Cope moments. Feel free to continue to chime in. Let us know your thoughts so we can put it on the screen. Let's move. Let's show some respect to the women first. The women's game was first on Sunday. It wasn't much of a game. UConn won in very fine fashion. The game was rarely in doubt. We see that Gino Auriemma went off his 10-year hiatus from winning a championship, and they are once again, UConn, that is, national champions. Coach, we'll start with you. Your thoughts on the women's national championship game?
Basically, in so many words, a player cannot beat a machine. Simple as that. And the UConn had a machine with Beckers, Sarah Strong, AZ Fudd, all of them. And Gino said last year, when I get healthy, I'm coming back to get all y'all. Y'all laughed at me and been laughing at me for a while. I'm coming back when I get a healthy team. And my goodness, did he have a healthy team? They couldn't miss in the third quarter. They really the whole game. They just couldn't miss. Everything they did was scoring. And Dawn let out her frustration one time on TV. Of course, we got to edit that out. But still, I understand, Dawn, when you see something like that happening with your team, which is a great team, getting dog walk like that, hey, you got to just tip your hat to Gino and say, hey, you were the better team this day. We'll be back, but at this moment, it's over. And Paige Beckers provided the funny moment of the day when she said Gino told her he loved her. She told Gino, I hate you. Of course she didn't mean it, but she was just in emotion. That was an emotional game for her. She's been trying for years, and she finally got one. So big ups to UConn. So that this series is going to be a good one for years to come. Even though Full Wiley is reportedly leaving, but both teams got some players coming in. Gino got a girl coming in from overseas, 6'6". Dawn got the shooter. I mean, the high scorer of for the year from Florida State in Latson, who played with Raven Johnson at Westlake in Atlanta. So she's coming to South Carolina. So those two gonna battle it out for years to come, or for the next few years. Big ups to UConn for the win.
Ray, you got anything you want to add?
I mean, yeah, Coach pretty much said it all. I mean, Gino pretty much dog walked the Gamecocks. I mean, yeah, this wasn't even a close one right here. I mean, like you say, Sarah Strong, Fudd, Beckers, all them girls showed up, and man, South Carolina girls, they didn't have a single starter scoring in double digits. None. Raven, 2 points from Raven Johnson. Man, 1 of 6 7 shooting. Kits, the tall white girl, they usually be balling. 3 of 11, 9 points. Man, South Carolina didn't show up at all. This is supposed to be championship game, and man, they had bench players outscoring them, but they only dropped 10 apiece from Edwards and the Johnson girls. So, man, like I say, UConn, I guess Gino was right. Give me a healthy team. I'm a dog walk the you know what out of you, and that's what he did. What? I ain't never seen one of our teams look this bad. If I have, I can't remember. But man, yeah, I mean, back to the drawing board, Don. But yeah, I heard you give you some reinforcements. You got one kid that was the highest. I think she was the highest scorer from another school. She come in on the team, so. Yeah, she getting some reinforcement, but UConn, they reload too. So I mean, whatever reinforcements you get, don't think Gino ain't getting none. So I mean, but I'm more concerned about what my Notre Dame girl's gonna do, man. Well, where we at in this conversation? We ain't even been talked about. Noelle Ivy, man, they ain't even thinking about her no more. So I'm a little disappointed about that. But good job, Gino. You back on top where you belong, buddy.
All right, and it's not surprising that South Carolina didn't win this year, given that they normally have a dominant big woman when they win the championship, especially under the Dawn Staley coaching era. Rather. You look at Asia Wilson when they won their first one. She was the dominant big. Then their second one, Leah Boston. She was the dominant big. Third one, Camila Cardoso. She was the dominant big, and South Carolina just did not have a dominant big that could control the paint, get the easy buckets that they're accustomed to getting. So hopefully that will be addressed. Those kids that she has will develop, become big time players. But that strong girl in Fudd, they're coming back, and they're a handful to deal with at UConn. So anybody you add to that team, and especially if they get a good scoring guard like Paige Beckers, UConn might be right back there ready to repeat. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the future between UConn and South Carolina. The VP said classic beatdown, being there in person was hard. I'm sure that was a tough trip right there to NOLA, but I didn't expect much. UConn was that team. We took away their 3 shots, they made 4, and they basically two-y us to death for sure. Yeah, it wasn't a good match. All right, on to the boys' championship game, men's championship game. What an interesting ending. Though the game lacked star power, it did not lack competitiveness. And I'm going to just say it was worth watching because of the state of the game. Not necessarily because of star power. And, oh, yeah, it was in Tampa. My bad. Thank you for correction, Mr. VP. Thank you. Talking about the women's game. But the stakes were high, and the ending was a classic ending. It was an unfortunate ending for Houston. I'll go back to you, Coach, to start this conversation off. Your thoughts about the Houston, Florida game?
I mean, Texas Tech had it done to them by Arkansas. Then somebody did it Texas Tech. Then now Duke got it done to them by Houston, late game blunders. Then Houston, Florida did it to them. That's kind of it. The Florida Houston game was a game where you could not make any mistakes because both teams were pretty much evenly matched. I mean, you had to have play be on your game, and Kevin Sampson demonstrated that. He said, "We got a team. We're gonna play defense, and we're gonna harass Florida State, and not Florida State, Florida in the shots." But Florida took advantage of Houston's turnovers late in the game. That the boy shot the ball that he didn't mean to shoot. It was gonna get blocked, and then he bounced it and tried to keep other folks from getting it. That was a mistake. A couple of turnovers, and then the shooting of Rev. Like I said, Rev, you'll like this name. I said Deacon Willie Clayton Jr. He hit 32 and was the MOP, the most outstanding player. He couldn't be stopped, and you don't give a guy like that a chance to beat you. And Houston just completely collapsed down the stretch in a game which they were leading by many points and just couldn't pull it out. So big ups to Florida and their young coach. I know Kevin Sampson sitting scratching his head probably like what just happened, but it happened. So JD and the boys couldn't pull it out for Houston, and congratulations to Florida who has another championship.
All right, Red, jump in there. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, coach pretty much said most of it. I can say it was more of a competitive game than the girls, and like he said, pretty much was choke jobs all during the tournament. I mean, you started from Arkansas and St. John, so I mean, starting from round one all the way up to the last game, we had nothing but choke jobs and a lot of disappointing. Well, not that, I mean, for the fans, it was exciting. But for the players and for Houston, definitely disappointing. But like Coach said, it was disappointing for St. John's. It was disappointing for Arkansas when they choked. It was disappointing for Auburn. It was definitely disappointing for Duke when they let it get away. And here we go again. Disappointing for Houston. You got a 12-point lead. And the Gators just slowly but surely grinding you down. We got 4 chances to end it. Last 4 possessions, nothing but turnovers. Just turnovers. And that Emmanuel Sharp kid, Lord, dude, what were you doing? The last 2 possessions were on you, man. I mean, God. And Clayton D'd him up pretty good that last play where he almost caught him he would have caught him in a double dribble. That's probably why he had turnover. So I mean, you got to give Clayton, because his offensive game wasn't really on fire in the championship game, but he made the defensive plays. So you got to get his mumble mentality. You got to get that credit, because hey, your offensive game ain't there. You got to do it on defensive level. You got to grab boards, play defense, do something to help your team get that ring, baby. And William Clayton Jr., he did. I got to keep my eye on him, baby. I like how you play, man. Your offensive game ain't there. You still going to play that defense, man. Light skin, baby. But I'm going to keep my eye on you, Clayton. Keep my eye on you, definitely. But Emmanuel Sharp, if you don't get your butt up off the floor, man, don't start crying now, man. Dude, you had a chance. You blew it. Get up off the court. You go cry in the locker room. We don't want to see no tears. Let Florida celebrate. You blew it, kid. You blew it. Houston, you blew it. Kelvin Sampson. God, are you ever going to get a ring, man? I mean, woo. Well, I mean, they were just a tournament of choke jobs right here, man. And Houston had a big one. But props to Florida. Much props to Florida and their young head coach, too. Ew, I can't believe I'm giving Florida Gators props.
Well, you got no choice to give them props. And here's the problem, what's going to make you really upset, Red. So, UGA took Florida's coach. And the guy they replaced, Florida's coach with the UGA wins the national championship.
Hey, probably, I bet. Where they get that guy from? UGA, the Florida coach.
Nah, I don't know where. I think he came from some other school, but
Hey,
it's just the irony. You take
Yeah.
who was supposed to be the better coach, and his understudy winds up winning the
just laughing.
championship
The three
before.
championships Florida has gotten since the 2000s. I mean, Georgia not even sniffing anything in basketball, and we got
Nah.
all these NCTC schools. Like I say, IAD, dude. I'm sorry. I know you're doing well in football, but you got to do good in basketball too, especially when all these other SEC schools on the rise. Football and basketball. That's what my team. They got to be excelling in both of them, or I got to get me a new athletic director.
Facts, and I'm just dropping one little quick comment before I go to the comments from Revenant Nation, and that is Houston. It was there for you to take this chip. I don't know how much closer you can get. I mean, Coach mentioned about Clayton going crazy the other night. They held Clayton to 11 points after he dropped 30 the other night against Auburn. They held him 3 for 10, 1 for 7 from the 3-point line. It is there for you to take it, and you choke it away. Now, one could argue you shouldn't have been there in the first place because Duke, after all, choked the game away against them on Saturday. But nevertheless, you were there, and just maybe the bad karma came on Houston because they did not treat the Dream right on Saturday.
Oh Lord, the train wreck.
The Dream, arguably the best player to ever come from University of Houston. You don't even let that man on the court. That man played all those years in Texas. Everybody in Texas, inclusive of San Antonio, should know who Hakeem the Dream is. That man should need a press pass to get on the court. But they denied that man a chance to celebrate. As a matter of fact, he made Houston relevant. Houston have been relevant since Phi Jammer Slammer with Clyde Drexler and Hakeem the Dream, man. They should have let that man on the court, and you all blew it. University of Houston officials, somebody should have gone over there and said, you're going to let that man on the court because he means too much to this program. So it's right that y'all didn't win because who knows? Y'all might not let him win celebrate the national championship. But nevertheless, the VP said the men's game needed that type of Final Four. Agreed. Great basketball. I wouldn't necessarily say great basketball. Competitive. Great. Wouldn't say that. Unbelievable theatrics. I agree with that. Straight basketball drama. I agree with that. You loved it. William Clayton Jr. I love his game. Brother sounds like a brother from the block. Old school. Good morning, Danae Rosser. I promise you, he said good morning. Good morning, Danae. Glad to have you. Pastor Melvin Watkins is in the house all the way from Memphis. What's up, Pastor Watkins? The VP said this was Calvin's chip to lose, and his team did it. That's the facts. VP said facts. Reverend Doctor, don't ever treat the Dream like that. That until you do right by me, curse has been issued. Miss Seeley just earned the chat. No diggity. No doubt. Now let me ask you this question. Especially, I'm gonna pose this to the man who has launched the Light Skin Crew. What do you expect William Clayton to do in the pros? Do you expect him? Matter of fact, Jay Williams said, and I paraphrase, his game has a mixture between Steph Curry and Damian Lillard, not saying he will be as good as those guys. But he says there's a cross between Damian Lillard and Steph Curry when it comes to William Clayton's game. So do you expect him to be a stud? Do you expect him to be solid in the pros? Or do you expect him to be a scrub? Stud? That could be a segment right there. I just thought about something. Stud, solid, or scrub?
Yo.
Don't forget that.
I like that one.
That's a new segment. Stud, solid, or scrub? Which one?
Yeah, write that one down. You might have to copyright it too for somebody to steal your. You know, people be stealing your phrases, real.
Which one you give them, man?
I'm gonna give him definitely not a scrub. You're not gonna be a scrub. You're gonna be able to be. I'm gonna give him a solid stud, not super stud. I'm not gonna give him a super stud, but I'm gonna give him a solid stud. Meaning he'll make a few All-Star games. He'll make 1 or 2 All-Pros eventually. He'll have 1 or 2 seasons where you be like, wow, Clayton boy, he one of the best in the game. And then he'll have some subpar seasons, but not as big as his big seasons. But he'll still be solid to where he'll be a solid piece to an NBA team with built the right way. You got to put some pieces around him, but he'll be a solid piece and he'll be a solid stud because he'll have those games where that Mamba mentality will kick in just like it did in this tournament.
All right, Coach. Your thoughts about William Clayton Jr.?
I wouldn't mind him on
Solid?
any one of my. I wouldn't mind him on any one of my teams if that's what you're asking, Lakers or Hawks.
All right, so Red said he's going to be a solid stud, not a superstar stud, but a solid stud. Well, some years he'll have maybe mingling with all-star productivity. Some years just be a good role player. All right, is that pretty accurate?
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. I'll go with that.
Okay. All right, Coach William Clayton Jr. Stud, solid, or scrub in the NBA?
Well, Rev, if he can get past you on the Deacon board, I think he could be pretty good. You know, with a Clayton Jr. I mean, he's a shooter. He has to go to a team that can run those ball screens for him and get him in open good looks like you say with a Steph Curry. He's not gonna beat Steph Curry, of course, but like Steph Curry or maybe to the extent Durant. He just needs a good open look to get his shots off. Now, I saw him do something that I couldn't believe he did, but he did it anyway, which lets me believe he's going to be pretty good. He caught a rebound in front of the free throw line, and most folks go right back, put it back up if they got an open look. He dribbled out to the three-point line, shot and made it. I'm like, what? Y'all gonna let this man just dribble out to the three-point line and shoot and make it instead of and he didn't shoot the shot right there? That lets me know he could be a good player to go with the right team. Like I say, just gotta find Red say you gotta find the right team for him. Just can't put him with a team where he just allowed the freelance. You just gotta get those ball screens and everything. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want him to be no what's the dude in shot no LaMelo Ball. I don't want him to be on the team like that where he just doing anything he want to. I need him to be coached the right way. I need to have a good foundation around him so he can learn how to play and learn how to win.
Well, I think he has a better head on his shoulder than LaMelo, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Because just like I think you made the point earlier, that kid had a shooting slump because he used to play tough defense, but he still was a factor because he played tough defense. Mm-hmm. Rarely would we ever say that about LaMelo Ball. let's be honest. If LaMelo's not scoring, he's not giving you anything on the court. So I think the reason why I can't give him stud level is because he's one of those players, as Red just alluded to, and Coach, I think you said the same thing, where he's team dependent, meaning his success will be based upon what team he's on, not the team will be great because of whatever team he goes on. That's when I think someone is a stud. So I believe he'll be solid. I think the best type of team that he needs to be on is a team that has a dominant big man, where he can play the nice pick and roll game, two-man game, also have somebody double team the post where they can kick it back out and he could just shoot threes. So if you pair them with a player like Jokic,
that's
great situation. Great situation. A healthy Embiid, I don't think we'll ever see that again. But a healthy Embiid, great situation. If he get with somebody who can put the ball in the hole and score buckets, or he might even do well with a guy who's a good pick and roll player, where you can throw some lobs and things of that nature, where you really have to be conscious of the pick and roll. But anybody who's a dominant center who can score, Clayton could be a second or third best player on
I
that
wouldn't
type.
mind him landing in Sacramento to take Fox place because they need a point guard now. Yeah, somebody like that. You end up with that with a Sabonis, with what's the coach with
That's a
Christie
good one.
coaching them, and Levine and DeRozan. That's a good foundation. I'm trying to think who
Just,
else got a low pick. I
just
need to
Don't
look at all the teams that got the lower picks, but I'll figure out where I think the best when draft time comes, we'll discuss where I think the best fit for him is.
I think the only problem with Sacramento, Sabonis, yes. The only problem with teaming them up with DeRozan and Zach LaVine, they both need the ball.
yeah. Go San Antonio with Wimby. That's a good young Bill with
They got
Wimby and
Fox down
Castle.
there.
But they got Fox, coach.
Yeah.
They got
All
Fox.
right, all right. They got
And they got
Yeah, I
Castle.
would've said
And they
that.
got Purcell.
What does the Fox say?
That's the first team I would have said had.
Yeah. If this were last year this time, no doubt. San Antonio would be a great spot, but they got too many people who handle the ball now. And it's just not, he got to be somewhere where he can handle the ball a little bit more, unless they just turn him into a spot shooter or coming off picks. But we'll see. And he's one of the few players in the NCAA tournament that I see could have a decent career. Because I only saw maybe two. Cooper Flag
And Clayton.
and Clayton. That's about it. That I think will have
man,
solid careers.
that is sad, man. That is so sad.
Yeah.
All these guys in the country coming to these schools thinking they ballers, and here we go saying we only see two of y'all make it to the pros, man. God,
Or
these guys-
making a difference in the pros,
these
being
kids gotta start
solid
their game.
contributor. All right, Red, real quickly, man, before we do halftime, we got time. We'll let you give your Braves report right here.
Braves report. Let me get on back to it.
So we'll let you do your Braves report right here, and then we'll go into halftime. And I'm interested in seeing what you got to say about the Braves.
You might have said it all earlier, but come on, I got a little something.
All right, Red got something. Here we go. Braves report coming right up.
It's game time. It's GT.
You don't honestly think I'm doing a chop with a 3 and 10 team. And you see this fist pound? That's what I feel like doing right now. And I feel like walking up to Alex's offices with my fist pounded right here and said, dude, take a fade. Because look what you done to my team. I mean, Rev alluded to it earlier, but anyway, time for the Braves report, y'all. And it might be a couple of positive things, but mostly it's all negative. First of all, Rev killed a lot of a thunder by asking, why is Bryce Elder still on this doggone team? Alex, you moron, do you not realize he cannot help us? You figured it out 2 years ago when he choked in the playoffs. Why is he still here? Jeez. Lord have mercy. Let me go back to my notes, man. Anyway, the offense is inconsistent. The bullpen is inconsistent. I like that Montero kid you bought from Houston the other day. That was a good job in the Philly game that we had to win. But, man, do you know the Braves have played 13 games, and we still, to this day, have not won back-to-back games all year long. 13 games. Season 2.5 weeks old, and we still waiting on consecutive wins. That is freaking ridiculous. And don't talk to me about the World Series year when we had a bad start. This start is absolutely atrocious. 3 and 10, worst team in baseball. We look absolutely ridiculous. Our offense can't hit. Our pitching can't pitch, except for the days they do it, which is few and far between. Our GM and our farm system ain't that loaded. That's the bad part about this, fellas. Our farm system ain't that loaded. So, man, we got a lot of coping to do this season with our Braves. I don't even know if I need to rant right now. Maybe I need to wait a few more weeks and see if anything changes, because when we rant, I want to really rant on this clown. I know it's only 13 games in, and Coach always say, wait till Memorial Day to see what your team really looking like. All right, Coach, I'll wait a little bit, but But this right here is very upsetting, and it is not looking good because you can't win the division in April, but you can doggone lose it in April. And man, boy, it's looking like we not even gonna have a chance for the division. Like we're gonna be wild chasing the wild card all season long. That's if the season turn around. Now, the positive thing I got to say about the Braves this week is, boy, that boy Spencer Strider is, he is mowing them down in the minor league. Man, he need to hurry up and get back, man, because Sale is struggling. Elder really shouldn't even be on the team. Lopez ain't even pitching. And Spencer Pahia is all we got right now to me. And we add Strider back, maybe that'll be two pieces, but two pieces, no offense pretty much except for Ozuna. Yeah, Isaiah hit a home run there once and again. Yeah, Olsen, Isaiah and Riley hit a home run there once again. Olsen, dude, you see Rev, why I wanted Freddie to stay? Yeah, Olsen can hit home runs, but dude, his batting average it leaves a lot to be desired, except for the 54 home run season, and even in that season, he was still struggling with the batting average. He was just hitting home runs every so often. But Olsen, man, dude, you got to get more consistent, man. We paying you a lot of money for your batting average to be under 200 right now. All the batting averages, the batting averages are awful right now. Michael Harris Jr., you started off hot. Nope, you ain't no leadoff hitter. We had to drop you back down. It's just, Rev, like you was frustrated early in the show. That's how frustrated I am talking about the Braves now. The offense ain't balling. The pitching is inconsistent. And like I say, the farm system ain't loaded. And Alex, dude, you got a lot of work to do and a lot of questions to answer for, man. But like I say, it's still early. I'll wait a little while longer. Let's see if we can probably turn this thing around. Win a couple of games in Tampa. Maybe win next week. Next weekend when we do the show, things might look a little different. But from what I'm seeing so far, Braves report is going to be the doggone bomb report eventually, man, because this ain't going to be looking good. I'm going to dread talking about it every week. So, Alex, you got some work to do, buddy, and I'm going to be watching because you're going to be the next one we ran on. Now, we about to get Terry up out of here for the Falcons, and you're going to be the next one I get up out of here because you have did a disservice to my Braves ever since that World Series win, man. You just thought, man, we won the World Series. I ain't got to do no more work. Do more crap, dude. You got to do a lot of work, nigga. That's what you got to build on it. You got to build on it. That's why I get on the Hawks, but not building on that 2021 success. And here we go again. Another successful 2021 season that we not building on. So this is on you, Alex. This is all on you.
Back then, you didn't want me.
All right, Red said it's all on Double A. Coach, any thoughts?
Well, it's not Memorial Day, so we got time to improve. 100-some games to go. That's actually positive right there, and I'm sure that some Braves will make the turn and start feasting off.
You there, Coach? I think he was. All right, he got frozen. I think he was about to say feasting off the chump killers because he likes that phrase that I use.
I thought we were gonna do it last night. You see the chump, one of the chumps got us.
Yeah, and what was sad about it is the Braves could have easily opened that game wide open yesterday. They had a 1-0 lead in the first inning, bases loaded, one out. Then De La Cruz and then Kelnick come back and strike out with one out with the bases loaded.
Man, Kelnick is killing me.
Yeah. And there's really no room for error with this team because, like, when you mentioned about Olsen, when he hits for power, he hits it, and he's kind of consistent at that moment. But when he's just a spray hitter, he's a spray hitter. He's going to get out. He doesn't bat for average, and that's where your point about Freddie Freeman comes into play because Freddie Freeman batted for average, not just power. And there have been so many times where Olsen misses the mark where he's in a prime position rather to drive someone home, and he just misses the mark. I think one of the things that Snick is going to have to do, he's just going to have to come up with a lineup and allow that lineup to work, because just making drastic changes to the lineup each game is a little hard, especially because guys need to have an idea of where they're going to be, and they kind of mentally can get set for where they're going to be in the lineup. You got Albies one day batting second, the next day batting fifth, sixth. Michael Harris batting first, then next game batting sixth, seventh. I mean, come on, man. Austin Riley batting second, then the next game batting fourth or fifth. Like, come up with a lineup and let those guys get comfortable. I can understand from time to time it's a righty-lefty thing, but these guys are not all-stars across the board. It's solid. So they need to be in a fixed place where they can get mentally prepared for where they're going to bat so they can govern themselves accordingly. Like, there's a different mindset that Michael Harris has to have when he's batting first versus seventh. I think he's shown enough where he needs to see more pitches before he gets up to the plate, so that he can have an idea of what to expect once he gets to the plate. So it's ridiculous. Here it is. Anthony Corey said the only thing about the Braves, good about the Braves, is Red's music intro into the Braves report.
Yeah, right now. You're right. Right now.
The VP said, Coach's famous MDMS Memorial Day measuring stick. The Red and Red Sports Show should have a segment with bar graphs showing the Braves' potential to make the playoffs. That's my VP take. That's pretty good.
Right now, that bar wouldn't be stretching out at all. It'd be so far back.
The only promising thing is that the Braves did play the Phillies well. Had a chance to sweep them. And they look like they belonged at least against the Phillies.
We might. Hopefully, we can play our division well and keep us in it. Like I say, we played the Marlins. Okay, well, I think I'm trying to remember. Did we win 2 or 3 from the Marlins?
Went 1-1. The other game got rained out.
Right. Okay. So we play our division well. Like I say, it's still early, but man, this is just looking awful right now. It's like I say, hey, I told you during the offseason, he don't be doing nothing. I guess he just be resting on his laurels, and I'm like, dude, all these other teams be making moves. And Real, I was thinking about this the other day. You will understand this too. How Alex is always saying, you know, he's not hamstrung. He don't have no budget. He can do what he wants to. You know who he remind me of? You know, when we used to take, when we were in school and we used to take field trips, it was always that dude that didn't have no money, but he acted like he'd be okay. Oh, we got to go get something to eat. I'll be okay. And you watching the whole time, you know, we got to stop somewhere. He ain't going to have no money, and somebody probably going to have to loan him a few dollars somewhere, but he just acting like everything is all good. That's Alex right now. He acting like he can spend wherever he wants to. Oh, I'm not hamstrung. I don't have no budget. Dude, who you think you kidding? You know well you got a budget, because if you did have a budget, why is it you not going out every offseason improving this club? You could be signing this guy, that guy, any of these guys. You could have signed Willie Odamas in the offseason for the shortstop. You let him go to San Fran. You know, good and well, Orlando Arcia ain't the prominent shortstop we need in this lineup, but did you improve that? No. You let Swanson go. You let Fried go. You let Freddie go. Dude, what are you doing? Stop lying to me and telling me you don't have a budget. Stop lying and telling us you not hamstrung. We know you are.
Yeah. And that's a great point, great analogy by that person who said they don't need no help, but no, they ain't got no money. That's a great analogy, man. You knocked that one out the park. VP said Braves playing with our emotions already. The season not even a month old, Lord. He said the game on Wednesday night was a tough L for sure. And VP laughing at your analogy. All right, man. Thanks so much for watching the first half of the Red and Red Sports Show. Featuring Coach. I don't know if Coach is going to come back or not, but nevertheless, we'll hold it down if he doesn't come back We got second half, some 5 for 5 coming your way. So VP, get your Q Lunas ready. All right. Here we go. Halftime, and we'll be right back. We're back on the second half of the Red and Rev Sports Show. There are a couple more comments. Anthony Corey said the bargain hunt Braves, and they just closed. The VP said Lieutenant Sonar's famous line, the Braves have a poverty mentality when it comes to building their squad. He said rename them the Dollar Tree Braves.
They're going to beat us soon, man. I hope they ain't trying to fall into the Falcons and Hawks territory now. Well, they can't. They got too much championships, but.
Yeah, they got a championship DNA, so they won't fall into that category. He used the Walmart slogan, "Great Value Braves." The She Braves of the 285 Beltway Tamu Braves All Stars. That's funny.
We're gonna kick them out like Toronto did.
All right,
see you back in Toronto.
All right, gentlemen, let's jump on this 5 for 5. This is our segment where we talk about 5 topics for no more than 5 minutes. Each of these guys will get 45-second single screen to say what they want to say about the particular topic at hand. 15 seconds group screen if they go over 1 minute. Then I'll mute them. Then we'll get any comments from Revenite Nation after they have finished their spills, and then I'll chime in if there's time left to chime in. So we got 5 hot topics. VP, I'm waiting on you to give me my orders real quickly. And then we'll move this train on. Is the VP still in the building? Going once.
What's the name got me? Jerkson Profar got me. He said he's going to cut me off if I start talking negative, so I just had to get rid of him.
All right. Maybe the VP got sidetracked. Here it is. There he is. Thank you, sir. Here we go. We got 5 on it. Let's do it. All right, first topic, gentlemen. Let's do it. And I know this topic is very important to the VP. Sister Fawali enters the transfer portal. Said, I want to leave Columbia, South Carolina for potentially greener pastures. We'll start with you, Red. What says you on this topic? Go.
Man, I don't understand this at all. And then the team that she picked, are those supposed to be greener? Well, I don't think she picked the team, but you leaving Don Staley Where you think you going? Unless you going to play with Gino or Noel or Kim Mulkey, unless you going to play one of the top teams, I have absolutely no idea where you think the pastures are going to be greener. I'm wondering if this might be something personal between her and Don, or her and Don not seeing eye to eye. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. But Alicia Fawali, I think you're making a fugazi mistake, but we'll see.
Coach, what says you?
Well, it was already documented that Lil Wireless and Dawn were butting heads most of the year. And Dawn was trying to get her to see that, hey, you can play, but you got to get some discipline in you. If you don't have discipline, you don't have anything. Your talent is there, but she just got to slow you down. And I don't know if they're going to have a talk before obviously they haven't had a talk. Dawn is probably saying, I got some people coming in. You want to make up your mind. So we'll see. It's still time for her to get out of the portal. She can still go back to South Carolina if she wants to, but it's her decision.
All right, let's see. VP, Melija and her parents are chasing money. You want to be a stellar guard, you stick with Dawn Staley. Hey, to each their own. She's a great player that plays undisciplined basketball. That's why Dawn is hard on her. Folks don't understand coaching. I wish her well. And really, the VP makes a great point. If Fawali was really the kind of kid that you want to build your program around, she would have been motivated after what UConn did to them. She would have been motivated to become the best player she could be, more disciplined player. But she's that kid that wants to be more ESPN highlights rather than a true champion. She's a highlight reel. She doesn't want to be a disciplined ball player. And if Dawn Staley's going to keep that franchise or that program rather with the integrity that she's already instilled into it, she got to let a player like Fawali walk. And I think it was easier for her to let Fawali walk, and maybe Fawali decided to walk because of the girl coming in from Florida State, Latson. And therefore, she saw the handwriting on the wall. I'm not trying to come off the bench again. I want to be a starter. Latson's coming in to start. Because one thing South Carolina showed it needed some more scores. So we'll see what happens. Here it is. VP said Dawn has a program to run. The Philly Navy is unbothered. Next, that's for sure. Anthony Course is crazy, but when you look at her, she kind of favors Westbrook. And look at that Westbrook is doing out of their cousin. Hey, you know what? That's a great analogy. You see how Coach propped up? You saw Coach propped up?
It doesn't matter to me. Hey, Westbrook's a Hall of Famer. When everything goes down, he's still a Hall of Famer. I don't know if Fawali going to run that route, but he's a Hall of Famer. End of story.
But they have some similarities. Great players, but sometimes not under control. So that's a good one at the court.
And then you got to recognize we talk about Westbrook. That's one of the coaching guys. So you better believe he's going to be a coach.
You can say that about Allen Iverson or several players. Big deal. Moving on.
Okay. VP said, facts, Reverend Doctor. She's all flash and not flare. He also said Latson's about to light it up. Yeah, she is. Coach Patrick Thomas. All right, on to the next subject. Olivia Miles, who left Reds Notre Dame.
Oh, here we go.
She left Notre Dame. Red's coach crush. And she's going to TCU. What said you, Coach, about that move?
Latson, I think Miles wants to be that dominant guard and not share with Hidalgo. That's just a spot guess. And at TCU, you got Van Liff is gone, so Miles steps right in and takes her place and becomes the dominant player on TCU. Of all the teams, she picked TCU. But maybe it's closer to home. Maybe she's from Texas. I don't know. She's closer to home. So that could be it.
Red, what says you?
Olivia Miles, I am so disappointed in you. I can't believe leaving us. You trying to go take Haley Van Liff place? You think you gonna carry on the TCU tradition? Girl, please. You had it good at Notre Dame playing with your dog. Oh, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with these girls? Everybody wanna have that instant gratification. You were gonna get it. You should have rolled this thing back where your dog go. Who you going over to TCU and play with? And I swear, when Notre Dame play you and they beat you, Miles, just remember, you asked for this. I disagree with this all the way. If you were gonna leave, go to the WNBA. What you gonna leave and go to another school for? You trying to say Noel Ivy holding you back or something? Notre Dame holding you back? Hidalgo holding you back? Bull crap, girl. You just choked in the first or second round, and you think TCU gonna bring you what you want? You should have stayed at Notre Dame. I think it's a mistake, but we'll see.
The VP said Olivia Miles, once she got healthy, realized she couldn't share the spotlight with Hidalgo. That's all. Hidalgo is unbothered. She carried the team as a freshman when Miles was injured. Next. Great point. Great point. Olivia Miles better have a great year because I don't know how much better you can get from being chosen as number 2. I don't know if you're going to be number 1, but to give up the number 2 slot as she was projected to be chosen, she got to have a great career at TCU because
exactly
all the way down from number 2.
Yeah.
Vlad Jr. gets his bag from the Blue Jays. He'll be a Toronto Blue Jay for quite some time. He didn't get that Juan Soto money, but he did get some good money. Coach, I think, are we back? No. Are we at Red? Red, what said you about this?
Yeah, Toronto, you did the right thing. I was thinking it was gonna be a huge mistake for you to bring this kid up and then let him walk for free. I mean, as good a start to his career as he's having, you better let him get out the door for free. This is gonna be a Braves type, Alex Anthopoulos type move. But thankfully, you came to your senses and did the right thing and rightfully gave Vlad Jr. his rightfully earned bag. Yeah, Rev, like you, I thought he was holding out for a little bit more, maybe 600 when he saw Vlad get 700. But like Shannon Sharp said, what you can buy for 600, you can't buy for 500. 500 million, I'm cool with that. Dude got generational money. He probably got more money than his dad got. So hey, all props to you, Vlad. You richer than your dad now. So congratulations, and you earned it.
Coach.
Man, go buy yourself a car and go sit down. No, I'm just kidding. Vlad Jr., you tied yourself to a team that, barring a huge setback, will never win a World Series. But I guess you said at least I got paid. So they're not gonna. I don't think they got a strong enough team around you to win a World Series. So, but you got your money, so go out and spend it well. Don't buy $85,000 car before you buy a house. That's all I can say.
Well, he gets $500 million, 14 years. It's about $37 a year. And they say,
I don't know, Coach. I mean, they GM pretty aggressive. 14 years, they might have 1 or 2 competitive years. He might have 1 or 2 chances.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do with Bo?
Who?
Bo Bichette.
Oh, yeah. They might trade him.
We'll definitely see.
By the fact, Bo Bichette, that's who the Braves need to come after right there. Well, what would y'all think about the Braves getting him?
They're not gonna pay him any money, so it's not even a thought.
Ray back on the AA train.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, no need to play hypotheticals if you're not opening up a checkbook.
Right.
So if you're not gonna open up a checkbook, that's not even. We're looking for the next bargain basement player that they can get on for 10 cents on the dollar. That's what
Joe Alvarez.
Yeah, what I'm saying. We can't build to win a team like that. Not when we competing with the Dodgers and the Yankees and all these other teams. No, you can't do that. I'm telling you, things gonna have to change with the Braves.
And especially if you don't have a top-notch manager. See, when you do a bargain basement signings, you got to have a manager who can overshadow your shortcomings that you don't have in the field, don't have as pitchers. They gotta make pinpoint decisions. Brian Snicker's not that dude.
Right.
So if you're gonna keep doing it like this, you gotta fire Brian Snicker and get a better manager who can outmanage the flaws that's on the roster. The VP said Vlad Jr. just secured his family for generations to come. No chip coming his way anytime this decade, that's for sure. Going back to Elijah Fawali, the VP makes a good observation. She's under Armour obligation. She wears Steph's shoes. Maryland, Notre Dame, and Wisconsin are the only major programs where UA contracts. Nobody counts Northwestern. So I don't know if she goes to Notre Dame because Hidalgo is there. Maryland might be a good spot. Maryland might be a good spot if she's truly under those Under Armour obligations. The VP said Red Rose like that kid that gets the Toys R Us catalog in October. Circle of all the toys that he would like. Doing good and well, his parents aren't going to buy them.
Hey, man, don't take me back to my childhood, Vincent. Real, don't take me back to my childhood. I was like, man, boy, gonna get this? Or is she gonna get that? I used to have like a collar reel. You might get this, and you might get that. What?
I can see what the VP just stated that took place. A lot of us experienced that, to be honest.
Yeah,
the Toys R Us kids' catalog was intoxicating. You would just dream to have all that stuff.
Yeah.
Dream.
In the heyday of Nintendo and Super Nintendo, where you could like go in there and play them, and then board games and oh man, Vince, he took you back, man.
He took us back. Denver cleans house. Who expected Mark Malone? Recent NBA championship coach gets fired 3 days before the season is over. And their GM, Calvin Booth, gets the can as well. Your thoughts, Coach, coming at you. Go.
It's never good when the head coach and the GM are butting heads over a team. And this is the wrong time for this to happen. You're in the middle of a playoff hunt, just like with the Grizzlies. And did they not see what has happened to the Grizzlies now? The Grizzlies are in the playoffs. They're struggling. Denver is gonna maybe be in trouble. And then you're also looking at the fact that they think Jokic, well, we not where we got him. No, you don't. Jokic could leave and go somewhere else. So, this is not a good thing for Denver right now to have all this turmoil right around playoff time. This is when you deal with this. You could have dealt with this after the season is over with. You could have done any kind of firing anything after the season, not during the season, you clowns.
Brett.
You're right, Coach. I agree. The NBA, Rev, Coach, the NBA is really turned into a diva league and organization. I mean, what is up with this? You fired Memphis coach like 2 weeks ago. You fired Denver coach a week before the playoffs began. What is going on? This type of stuff don't make no sense right here. And I'm not sure how much Ja Morant or Nikola Jokic had to do with these firings. I'm sure they were consulted. Did they demand the firings? I'm not so sure. I don't think Jokic come in demanding anything. I don't even think he has that type of personality. But I know he was told about it. And I guess he had no objections. But that was kind of shocking, being that it's been his coach since he's been there. And I'm pretty sure he wasn't yelling at Jokic like he was yelling at other players, but we'll see. They better hope Jokic is on tune with this move, because if not, he will ask out, and you know who his best friend is. He plays for that team right here. Right here. Yeah, that's who Jokic's best friend play for. His name is Luka Doncic. So y'all better be careful thinking that Jokic is happy without Malone, because one thing we do know, he would be happy playing with Luka Doncic, and that's all I'm gonna say. So,
Red,
you know what you're doing.
Hold on, Coach. Hold on.
Okay.
The VP said there may be some internal mess that's going on in Denver. Didn't need a long move to Colorado. Go ahead, Coach.
Jokic just released a statement. He just said, I play basketball. That is all I do.
Yeah, it's all this time. It sounds good now because they just happen. When the off season comes next year, who they gonna get to replace him? I hope y'all better hope Jokic is on tune with some of this because if they start losing or things they don't feel the same to him no more, he will.
I think Jokic was in the know. I think Jokic probably got tired of Mark Malone.
You think so?
Yeah, because Mark Malone is that guy that's a straight shooter, and he's gonna call people out. He's also said on several occasions when the Nuggets played badly, they didn't show up, they didn't show any heart, and I think at some point maybe his vibrato got a bit stale in the locker room, and I imagine Jokic had been consulted way before this decision was made. This didn't surprise Jokic.
Okay,
Matter of fact, listening to NBA radio this past week, some people said that the handwriting was already on the wall for Mark Malone to be fired, even despite his issues with Calvin Booth. So this was going to happen one way or the other, and they said, matter of fact, one reporter said something that was kind of unique, very profound. He says sometimes winning masks the foolishness behind closed doors.
Yeah.
And that's why they went on and fired him before the playoffs, because if they had won and won big during the playoffs, it would have been harder to get rid of him. So to avoid a great run, they could fire him before the winning could mask more of the issues that the Nuggets had. And I thought that was pretty profound.
Yeah.
Jokic. Yeah. All right, last topic, gentlemen. Top 3 coaches in American sports. Top 3 coaches. All right, coaches, on you. 3, 2, 1, go.
John Wooden, Bill Belichick, Wooden, Belichick. And I guess you have to include Geno. 12 titles. Most than anybody in coaching basketball. So I guess those 3.
Why Geno?
Most titles in American basketball history for men and women. So can't leave them out.
Okay. Red, who you got?
Well, I went a little different. Those some good choices, Coach. I went a little different. I got Bill Walsh.
Who?
For NFL.
Oh, he said Bill Walsh. I thought he said Walton. I was like, whoa.
No, not Walton. Oh no, Walsh for his innovative offense and the way his Niners dominate the 80s, and pretty much everybody has copied his West Coast offense now. It may be used different variations of it, but the West Coast offense is a staple now in the NFL. I got Phil Jackson. Self-explanatory. Jordan, Kobe, Shaq, Pippen, all these big-time personalities he had to hone in and mentor and to get to buy into his system to equal 11 championships. So Phil Jackson. And y'all gonna be surprised with this one, but I remember hearing about this guy back in the day, and I had to go look him up and see did I hear right, and I did. Scotty Bowman for NHL. This dude, he was a championship machine. Record wins, regular season, 9 NHL championships, even more championships as a front office guy. One of the best coaches to do it in hockey. I know we don't talk about hockey much, but hey, this guy was if it was ever a number one coach in the NHL, Scotty Bowman would be it. He was the Don Shula, he was the Phil Jackson, the Bill Walsh, all the great coaches, the Keno, the Coach K. He was that of the NHL. So I got Scotty Bowman, Phil Jackson, Bill Walsh.
Bill Walsh was a thief.
So who was the last one, Red?
Scotty Bowman. Scotty Bowman.
What was Scotty Bowman's classic moment?
I don't watch NHL, man. Shoot. I do watch them championship. Now, wait a minute. Was Scotty Bowman the coach of the American team? I think he was the coach of the American team when we did the Miracle.
Oh, Red,
No.
man, you know.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Hey,
No.
the president is impressed with a hockey reference, but you have no recollection of anything that he's done.
Okay,
Besides
I'll
Google
go
it.
with my original choice then. Bobby Cox. Okay, Bobby Cox is my third choice.
Already.
You should have stayed with Scotty Bowman, man.
Bowman was the coach of the Red Wings during their heyday with Chelios and all those Steve Eiserman and everybody. Those guys, the Red Wings did well. They had a good run, a dynasty for a while. Chelios and all those guys.
Red using ChatGPT.
I knew y'all were gonna say that, but man, ain't nobody did no 14 straight yet. I mean, that Braves era was some excellence now, even though we only got one championship.
Come on, man. We talking about ever. We ain't talking about Braves history, man. We talking about ever. Come on, man. Because I'm gonna give you somebody who's in my three. I agree. Let me cut this music on. I agree with Phil Jackson, and my pick is basically development of players, not handed superstar players, but they develop players or they shaped them to become what they became. And somebody say, how did you shape Kobe? How do you shape Michael Jordan? Neither one of them were champions without Phil Jackson, period. They both had all-star appearances, numbers, but no champions, no championships. So Phil Jackson made them champions. They were great players, great individual players, but not great team players. He molded them to become great team players. My second guy is Andy Reid. Andy Reid developed players. He developed Patrick Mahomes. He developed Donovan McNabb. And he still won and took teams to the Super Bowl wherever he's gone. I can't give Belichick because he hadn't done nothing without Tom Brady.
That's true.
So we can't really say, was he the architect of those championships, or was it mainly Tom Brady? So, Reed has won wherever he's gone. And the person I'm gonna put in baseball that's going to usurp Bobby Cox, going with my same theme of development, is Bruce Bochy, former manager of the San Francisco Giants, who won 3 World Series. Didn't have the teams like the New York Yankees used to have when they were buying championships. Didn't have a Dodgers roster like last year, but he always had solid teams that he coached up or managed up, and they wound up winning a World Series. So I'm gonna go with Bruce Bochy.
Yeah,
that's a good one, real. Because
take
3
Bill
with
Walsh.
the Giants, 1 with the Rangers. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, take Walsh out. Walsh is a thief.
Man, why y'all killing my list, man? I gotta take Walsh out.
Walsh is a thief. He's a coach now. He's a coach, but talking about he developed the West Coast offense. That's a lie. The West Coast offense came from Mississippi Valley State University. You look it up. He stole from Mississippi Valley State, thief. I ain't no Bill Walsh fan. Archie Cooley came up with that offense.
In the words of the president, that's pucked up.
Fuck.
All right. Well, all right, forget it. Is Jimmy Johnson good enough? Can I throw Jimmy Johnson on the list?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean-
all right, Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson is on my list. Bye, Scotty. Bye, Bobby. Jimmy, you go on the list.
Yeah, I mean Jimmy did it in the pros and in college, so
Right.
that's hard to argue.
Okay.
That's
All
hard to
right.
argue.
I'm gonna put Jimmy on my list.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, that's
Scotty Bowman.
who has the right to do what, when, and where. I got to get out of here. Who has the right to do what? When?
I'm trying to be different, Coach.
Yeah, don't ever do that again, Red. Don't ever do that again. don't lose your credibility over trying to be different. Because I do what he said, Scotty Bowman. I said, I'm going to mess with him. Tell me one signature moment you remember Scotty Bowman. Don't do that, man. You're too good of an analyst to ever put your credibility on the line like that.
Oh, no dope, no open coat. We're gonna.
Here it is. Coincident that Jerry Rice came from Mississippi Valley State.
Oh, it's true,
Right.
man. It's true, VP. Look it up. It's true. You'll see what elements he took from our offense. We were averaging 80 points a game. He'll find
He said different. That's a no for me, dog.
All right.
All right, Red.
I'm trying. It won't happen.
Red, redeem yourself. Who has the right to do what, when, where, and how? Go.
All right. Okay. Denver, Minnesota, Golden State, Memphis. Look, whichever one of you clowns win on Sunday, just remember, you have the right to come and get beat by my Lakers in the first round. Okay, so we'll be resting our laurels. We'll be sitting back chilling on Venice Beach, having some lemonade, just relaxing, getting healthy. And when y'all finally decide which one of y'all want to play us in the first round, well, not play us, but which one of y'all want to get beat by us in the first round, we'll be waiting. So y'all guys fight it out on Sunday and fight it out in the play-in. And whoever wins, you have the right to get eliminated by my Lakers in the first round. There you go. How's that for a comeback, Real?
That's a little better. Coach, who has the right to do what, when, where, and how?
Jay Morant, you have the right to, every time you score a basket, to just run down the court with your hands behind your back. That's all you need to do. Don't do nothing else. Just put your hands behind your back, maybe clap a little bit, and just go down the court. Because, son, you're going to be out of this league quicker than you need to be. You're a young fella. And, watch this, Rev. Unnecessary breaking news that I saw just yesterday. Jay Morant's sister is transferring from Mississippi Valley.
Yeah, I did see that. I did.
Some guns in a dormitory.
Huh? No, she's not playing well, so she's transferring. Big news. What to do?
Braves, you have the right to do something that Red said that you all haven't done all year, and that's win 2 games in a row. You got 2 games against the Rays, you got the Blue Jays, and you got the Twins this week. You should be able to get a 2-game winning streak at some point this week. So please do that. Please. Thank you very much. Truly appreciate it. All right, real quickly, the president said don't even speak about NASCAR. They do more than left turn. The VP said Reverend Doctor was a professor that checked one of his famous students on his homework, Red Roads. Anthony Corey said Hawks got the right to finally get a dominant center. The VP said Malaysia, for Wilder, you have the right to decide you want the rest of your collegiate career to pan out, coming back to learn from the GOAT, Don Staley, or go unchecked without proper development. The WNBA will eat you alive otherwise. I think the VP had Mike Tyson on his mind. The WNBA will ear you alive.
Jerome Case.
The Jerome Case is coming through for the VP. The president said, Red, you have the right to expand your sports palette. Start with dolphin rodeos and beaver surfing.
Beaver surfing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to put a bow on the Red and Red Sports Show, episode 372. It was good to be back in the saddle. Glad to be with my boys, Red. Coach, thank you, Reverend Night Nation.
Good to have you back.
Episode 372. Feel free to hit the share button. Let somebody know what you watched on today. We'll be back, same Facebook page, same YouTube channel, for episode 373 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. And the VP, out of respect for his 2 blemishes, said shout out to Jerome Case. Great tribute to your to your grammatical hero, Jerome Case. All right, peace and love, everybody. We're out of here. Peace.
Later. Pick up the car, man.